We're ready. We're ready, you sons of bitches.
Let's do it.
You ready, you little cute f***?
I'm very ready.
You got Air Force Ones on today? Air Force One high tops?
Yeah, man.
Wow. That earned some points with me.
Hey, good.
Well, let me give you some points.
Yeah, that's great. Don't get used to doing that.
Okay.
Hi, Andrew Santino.
Hi, Sarah Tiana.
How are you feeling this week?
I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling like I lost a couple of fans and friends online.
Yeah, I know, because you changed your avatar, which is very unlike you.
Do you think I was forced, maybe? Do you think I was forced?
Because you're a big effing loser.
Okay.
That's why. You changed your avatar to what I chose because you lost last week.
That's right.
Not my choice.
That's right.
And then you upped the bet and said, oh, also, we can tweet out 3 things.
Yeah.
So I gave you 3 things to tweet, which were pretty
painful.
Great.
They were disgusting. You made me change my avatar to Aaron Rodgers.
With a heart on his chest.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that's what I had to have as my avatar, the Men's Fitness Mag, which that was a great art. That was
and
a great,
then your first tweet
issue.
was, I'm changing my avatar today because I'm officially done with the Bears.
Ugh.
Who sits Khalil Mack? I'd rather be eaten by an actual bear than cheer for a team that has no heart. Go, Pack, go.
Oh my God, that was so painful.
I can't believe you said that.
Do you know how many Chicago friends of mine were like actually sent me text messages, not on Twitter. They sent me personal texts being like, dude, are you okay? You're pissing me off.
I love this one. Honestly, I wish Aaron Rodgers played for the Cubs. Then maybe I would keep cheering for them too. I want to lick every part of Aaron Rodgers, including the 5 Super Bowl rings he deserves to be wearing.
Let's time out real quick. Let's take a look at that. I actually would love to lick Aaron Rodgers. A, B, he wouldn't be bad for the Cubs. I mean, you know, I don't know. We could use someone in rotation in the outfield.
He's got a strong arm.
He does have a
Then you tweeted that you lost the bet, and that's where these tweets were coming from, which was not part of the bet. So I had to have you tweet out, disregard my last tweet. I didn't lose anything except respect for the Bears, the Cubs, the Bulls, and Barack Obama. P.S. Don't vote tomorrow unless it's for Aaron Rodgers to be MVP.
You were telling my fans to not vote. I hope everyone got out and voted. But you know what? I'll take my hits because I'm a man. I'm true to my word. All right?
I think you're true to your word.
Okay.
Of the 2 statements you just said, I think you're true to your word.
I'm a man, Sarah. So fine. So now that that's all in the past.
It's in the past.
Next week's bet is going to be whomever loses has to Instagram story 3 different people kissing them on the cheek and promoting the other person. Kiss on the cheek and say, tell the camera how much you love Andrew Santino. I see. And then when you don't win, you would get to do it the other way. But you know, obviously that's not gonna happen.
Well, we'll see, because history tends to repeat itself, and you lose a lot.
Not today, pal.
The first prop, Santino. Thursday Night Football is good this week. Cam Newton and the 6-2 Panthers go into Pittsburgh to take on James Conner and the first-place Steelers. Cam and Conner have been fantasy monsters this year, both leading their team with 24 points per game. The prop. Who has more fantasy points Thursday night, Cam Newton or James Conner?
First of all, James Conner is the man. This kid is on one, okay? He's on track for 20 touchdowns, 2,000 yards. He already has 10 touchdowns, 700 yards. He's the first player in NFL history in 4 games to rush 100-plus yards, 50-plus receptions, and a touchdown in one season. That's never been done. The only thing good about Cam Newton at all is that his fantasy is that he thinks he looks good when he wears these ridiculous outfits that he parades around in.
Okay.
It's embarrassing and disgusting that he thinks he looks cute. He doesn't.
He does
can't
look
be
good.
260 and look cool in tight pants. He looks like he's out of Dick Tracy. This looks like a Dick Tracy character every time he shows up.
First of all, he is a man that wears many hats, some of them ugly, but most of them dope as F, okay? And of course he wears them because he can afford them. I'm not really sure how, because he took a pay cut when he left Auburn, but regardless, he is not only a quarterback, he's also a running back, so that's why he also scores so many points. And James Conner, even though I love him, he's still my 3rd favorite Conner behind Sinead and Sarah, so I'm not really sure. The Steelers also give up about 260 passing yards per game, whereas the Panthers only give up about 90 yards against the run. So even though I love James Conner and I think he's going to do great this weekend, I still think Cam overall takes it because, you know, I always want Le'Veon Bell to be jealous of the Conmeister, but I think Cam is.
Well, let me tell you something. The only
sure.
Newton that I like is Isaac, okay? Because he made math chill. And like he said, an object in motion stays in motion, much like James Conner.
Like your mouth. Okay.
That's like James Conner, because he's the only Steeler with 1,000+ yard and 10 touchdowns in the first 8 games in the history of the Steelers organization.
Gosh, that mouth is in motion. Gothard. Does he get less points for going over?
Just
I didn't go
going.
over.
He just keeps going, but we are at 0, so we can't go negative. But I'll give it to you, Sarah. I think it's a good point bringing up the defenses. Panthers definitely have a better defense, so Cam Newton, I'll give you 10.
I can't say enough good things about Gothard, you know? He just really knows his ass.
I'm going to beat the shit out of you. Prop number 2. Sarah, let's talk about your favorite sport, shooty hoops.
Yes, my favorite.
Later on Thursday night, Giannis Antetokounmpo and the red-hot Milwaukee Bucks head to the West Coast to take on Kevin Durant and the also red-hot Golden State Warriors. The prop, who goes for more points Thursday night, Giannis or KD?
Kevin Durant. All right, listen. Steph Curry's had a 50-point game. Klay Thompson has had a 50-point game. That leaves one player left to have a 50-point game. Jonas Jerebko, or whoever that guy is on the Warriors. No, it's going to be Durant's turn this week, okay? He's going to be on fire. Also, playing against Giannis is like, he's like, oh, hey, guess what? I know you're on pace to be MVP of the league, but you know what's more fun? Being MVP of the finals. And I got dose of those. So I think he's going to show off a little to Giannis, and I don't know. I think he's going to be like, suck Jan this.
Okay. The Greek Freak has this wrapped up like a euro, first of all, okay?
How do you say his name?
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Cool. I was just trying
Get
to
it right for the
take
G
time
man.
off of what you're
Well, the
talking
Greek
about.
Freak is the god. He's been putting on dunk clinics. I don't know if you've watched this. This guy is a freak. He put his testicles on the forehead, on the literal forehead of Kostakoufos last week, and he posterized him, and then he talked nicely about him. That's how dope of a dude he is. He yoked on this cat and then was like, hey man, all's fair in basketball, you know? He's playing in the shadow of the Splash Brothers, who are too busy trying to one-up each other on who can get more 50-point games, okay? And the only way, Scottie Pippen said, the greatest number 2 man of all time, that he's gonna be worth it is if KD leaves the Warriors, and I totally agree. The only way KD is gonna be anything recognizable is if he leaves. He's just been trailing everybody else on that team. He's not getting the headlines as much as he deserves. He's a phenomenal ball player, but he's still living in the shadow of the Splash Brothers. They're killer. They're killer. It's all about them.
Ugh.
It's always about them.
About you. Gothard.
I mean, both are really good players, but I'm going to give this one to Santino. He is playing in the shadow right now, so
yeah,
I think
baby.
Giannis gets the
You know that's true. You're really not saying a lot today,
He didn't
Gothard.
get that much. Yeah, no, Gothard is like,
What's been going
are
on?
you tired?
Did something happen this morning?
No, I'm just, you guys have been nice to me. I'm trying to, keep it positive. I'm enjoying this.
I'm holding back so many mean things.
I know. I'm like,
Oh, we had good rapport going.
All right, we're doing fine. We're doing fine. I don't want to make
no,
you
we're
mad.
doing fine.
We're doing great.
We're doing
actually.
great.
You could actually step your game up.
You can step your game up.
This is a 3-way job. All
Yeah.
right. Are you stifled because last week Rob Riggle stole some airtime?
A little bit. I was a little bit down. Nobody said anything to me about it. I feel like I'm kind of replaceable, but
He's your friend. You brought him in.
I know. I'm now notice nobody's here with me now. I won't make
Oh,
that
you feel
mistake
lonely.
again. Yep.
Do you want us to get somebody from the production crew to come out here
No,
with
it's
you?
okay. Let's just. Well,
Well, then buck up and stop being such a... Get it together.
All right.
Why would you ever give him points when he talks to you like that? I never
I'm
talk to you
rethinking
like
it.
Because I'm
that.
just like his
rethinking.
father. I'm whipping him into shape. And he likes daddy, don't you? You like big red daddy.
Okay, prop number 3. Elsewhere in basketball, Santino. Friday night, the Boston Celtics go to Utah to take on the Jazz. It will be the first time Gordon Hayward has played his former team in Utah since leaving for Boston in the summer of 2017, over a season ago. The prop, will or won't Utah fans boo Gordon Hayward on Friday night?
Oh, Hayward got to get booed harder than Roseanne singing the national anthem. You better believe it. Come on.
No.
The kid's return is going to be met with a lot of boos and hisses. Look, I looked myself in the Book of Mormon. It says nowhere in there in the entire book that I read last night, Gothard, take notes. It doesn't say anywhere that you can't boo, okay? It does say, however, that the rivers are controlled by the devil, so swimming and fly fishing is out of the question. But Utah never really liked the kid that much anyway because he only married one woman. He had one wife, okay? And that's a rule. Got to marry 2 if you want to get to God. Also, it's funny to think that he did go from the land of no caffeine to the land that loves Dunkin' Donuts, bro. You gotta go get Dunkin' before you shift at Boston Chowder Co., bro. They don't like him. They're bummed about him. They're bummed, and they're gonna prove it with boos and hisses.
They're not gonna boo. Obviously, they're Mormon. They don't like booze. Huh? Come on. down. That's
What?
a great joke. The only thing the Mormons boo are drugs and alcohol and short skirts. And Hayward ain't got none of those, all right? And it's not like he left the team in the middle of the season. He left when he was a free agent, and he went to play for Brad Stevens, who was his former coach at Butler. So I think it's a completely plausible reason for leaving. It wasn't on bad terms. And it's not like he went to a team in the West. He went to a completely different division. So he's not extremely competing against them. And if they hate him, they should be happy that he has to live in Mecca, the Mecca of evil, which is Boston.
Look, he left. They're upset.
Yeah.
They're going to take it out on him.
They're not going to take it out on him.
Look at what happened to LeBron. When the king left his throne the second time, the same thing happened to him in Cleveland that happened to Napoleon when he returned to France. They kicked him out. Now what do they got? Fagua
French
and
people?
girls with hairy armpits. No. That's all they're known for. So I got to tell you something.
That's not all they're known for.
What else is France known for?
Croissants.
Wait, that's a kind of an our thing too.
Flags.
We love flags.
White ones.
Oh, white flags for surrendering? What the Falcons should do this whole season?
Oh my God.
Gothard, what do you think about the Mormons?
Well, what I think about the prop is that it's pretty hard to think that they would boo him after that gruesome injury, but I got to give it to you. I'm going to give you 7 for a free religious lesson.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
I can tell you a lot more. There's a lot more facts you don't know, of what they
please.
believe
We can talk
in.
after.
I'd much rather
I would
hear
love
you
to tell.
talk.
There's 25 points I learned. 25 points that I learned of things they can and they cannot do. Can't wear sleeveless. Can't go sleeveless. Can't have a fun time showing the guns off. Prop number 4. Once again, it sucks to be Cleveland. What's new? The Browns and the Cavs have had rough starts to both of their seasons. They both already fired their head coaches, and it's not even Thanksgiving. And lucky for us, they play 2 of our teams, Sarah, this weekend. The prop, who loses by more, the Cavs against the Bulls on Saturday or the Browns against the Falcons on Sunday?
Well, obviously, I'm taking the Browns to lose by more because they're playing my Falcons. Also, like the Cavs-Bulls game could probably end in a tie of 0-0 because both of those teams suck donkey bees, all right? Also, the Browns are much better. They proved that this last weekend, and maybe that's because Hugh Jackson is gone. But the Falcons are also better. They're finally coming back from injury. We finally have more of our defense and our offense back. Matt Ryan is on pace to have over 5,000 yards this season, which is going to be more than he had in his MVP season in 2016. So I think ultimately the Falcons deliver and the Browns lose by way more than the Cavs.
Well, first of all, the polls have Atlanta at -4, so even Vegas knows it's a good time for a beer run, guys. Both of these games are going to be totally but the Browns got to play that stupid 500 team in Georgia. They should rename it to a flightless sport because they've been on their ass the whole season. Atlanta sucks. Everyone knows that. Even Sarah does.
The Bears are awesome.
Well, by record they are. By record they're better than your team. Okay.
Well, we're on a 3-game winning streak, so.
Oh, well, let's hope you poke out another one against Cleveland.
We're 80% on third downs.
Or you might be their second tie of this season because we know that that's always going to come around week to week. Listen, Cleveland is terrible in all sense of the word, but the Browns are not going to lose as bad. Because that's it.
Did you just have a stroke?
I had a point in my brain and I lost it.
Well, let me also just say that Atlanta might be be only favored by 4 points, but we were not favored at all against the Redskins, and we kicked their A.
Oh,
Gothard.
Thank God. 4. They're favored by 4, Gothard.
I mean, I think...
And the over-under is 50.
If you listen very closely, Sarah said they're 80%, Atlanta's 80% on third downs. I think that's enough to get it done against the Browns and kind of own the game. So
boom.
I'm going to go with Sarah on this one. I'll give you 7.
Yes! Gosh, I cannot wait to watch your story next week. Prop number 5, Tom Brady is about to hit another milestone. In his 19th season in the league, he's finally almost at 1,000 career rushing yards. He needed 3 yards last week, but lost 1 to put him back at 996 going into this week. The prop, over under 3.5 rushing yards for Brady on Sunday against the Titans to get him to 1,000.
Come on, Tommy Boy is the man. You know my dude is so dope. He runs a 5.2 40. Might as well be renamed the lightning bolt of quarterbacks. First of all, half of Tennessee's defense is injured. I don't know if you know that, but they're totally broken down. And I'm all for the hashtag TB1K. I think that's dope. It sounds like another intonation of NFL 2K, and everybody liked that game 3 decades ago. Last time the Pats lost to Tennessee, Sarah, was 2002. So make your mark there. It sounds like a great place in Tennessee for old Tommy to get 1K rushing yards in a place that he's been running for over a decade.
Well, the bet isn't whether or not they're going to win against the Titans.
It's whether he's going to get 1,000 yards, Sarah. He can gain 3 yards.
Yeah, well, guess what? Because he's the GOAT, you know what goats do? They milk shit. And guess what? Tom Brady is a douche from Douchebagistan, and he loves milking it so hard. He's going to milk that record.
Are you talking about Giselle?
So hard that Gronk's gonna think it's a spelling test, right? So hard. Okay, listen.
Okay.
I like to watch him run because I like watching camels try to ice skate, but he's terrible at it. And 2 words come to mind when I think of Brady playing against the Titans, and that is Malcolm Butler. Guess who got forced to sit on their ass in the Super Bowl last year? That guy. And guess who's mad and gonna stick that ass that he sat on the bench on top of Brady's effing forehead? So I think Brady's not gonna get 3.5 rushing yards.
Have you seen the YouTube video? It inspired the world.
What YouTube video?
You didn't watch the link that our producer put in? Someone's not doing their research. Someone's not doing their research, New York.
Somebody just knows stuff.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It says Tom's getting hyped right now, and check it out right here.
Of course he's getting hyped.
He's a babe.
He gets
the
hyped
guy's gonna
every
get 3
week.
yards. He's going to get 3 yards, there's no doubt. I don't think Tennessee has a linebacker that they even want to play because everyone is hurt on their defense. So the guy's without a doubt going to get 3 yards.
But
it's easy. It's a joke.
Again, they sacked Dak Prescott last night a lot. Gothard.
Yeah, because the Cowboys ate it. They played garbage.
Well, the one thing about Tom Brady is he's like automatic on 4th and 1 with the QB sneak. So I don't know if I'd say he sucks at running, Sarah. So I'll give this one to you, Santino.
Oh yeah.
Jumping
Well,
on it.
I wasn't saying that he sucks at running. I just think it's funny to watch him run because he looks like Bambi trying to get up.
He's a gazelle. He's a swift, beautiful gazelle.
Wow.
Prop number 6. Speaking of Hall of Fame quarterbacks, Nick Mullens and the Niners host the Giants on Monday Night Football this week. The second start for the undrafted rookie. Mullens put up an almost perfect QB rating of 151.9 in his first start last Thursday, going 16 for 22 with 262 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Raiders. The prop, Sarah, over or under 100 quarterback rating for Nick Mullens on Monday Night Football?
I'm going to say under on this. Listen, I think he's great. This was actually a really tough fit because I think this kid is really, really good. But I think it's also easy to be good when no one has film on you. And that is why he did so well against the Raiders, and who, by the way, would be a 10-point underdog to Alabama right now. The Raiders are gutting their whole team. And it's not like playing against the Giants is going to be any better, but the Giants now have film on him. And so I think getting a second game when people have film on you is a lot more difficult to get a higher rating, and so I think he makes mistakes, and that makes his QB rating go down.
All right, Nick Mullens, here's my message to you. Get ready, baby, to join the Hall of Fame ranks of such wonderful undrafted quarterbacks like Kurt Warner and Tony Romo and Warren Moon, baby. The Edmonton Eskimos' Warren Moon, who everybody loved while he was here. He got verified on Twitter in the middle of the game and on the gram, and all he needs to do is get a couple of bucks from his new contract and go get rid of that Cricket wireless phone, get himself a new phone he can get on the web. And come on, how do you not bank on a kid and love a kid who went almost perfect and then cried on national television to Aaron Andrews, okay? I've cried to Aaron Andrews. I've cried looking at Aaron Andrews before for different reasons.
She's probably
Listen, the only mistake that he made this whole game, he was almost perfect. The only mistake he made was taking a long phone call from Brett Favre because he wouldn't take phone calls from Favre or text.
For the Niners, that was going to be the one mistake.
Well, he can't help that. The kid was undrafted. He'll go where he has to go.
I think Kyle Shanahan is a great influence for him, but I still don't think he can repeat week to week.
He's going to be great. He's going to get over 100 without a doubt.
I'm 100% with Sarah on this one. I mean, I think he's a good quarterback, but once you get film on somebody, it's really hard to...
Yeah.
And that one game! It's not enough film!
Why do you think Dak Prescott sucks now? Because he was so good for one season, and then everybody caught on to what was...
That's because he's a bust. That's why. He's a big bust.
Prop number 7. Michael Thomas was flagged last week for a cell phone touchdown celebration, the first touchdown celebration to be flagged this season for using a prop. It was the second celebration to be flagged for any reason this season, joining Isaiah Crowell wiping his butt with the ball after scoring in Week 3. The prop, will or won't another player be flagged for an excessive touchdown celebration this week?
No, they will not. First of all, everybody knows you don't need props to make something good, right, Jeff Dunham? Michael Thomas got fined $13K for this, and that's 1.5% of his salary. Your boy did the math, okay? That's not a lot, but it's something, all right? It may not be a lot to him, but if someone like Juju Smith-Schuster does it, that's 2.5% of his salary. It keeps going up. It depends on how rich some of these guys are that are going to celebrate. And I saw Broke, the documentary, so this could easily lead to that. Side note, Torrey Smith makes $5 million a year. Do you know that? $5 million a year to barely play? Just a side note. Even Michael Vick wagged his finger at this, and I know I shouldn't use dog references when talking about Michael Vick, but I got to tell you, it was excessive. Joe Horn did it already. I know it's a throwback. Horn got fined $30K, which, you know, I think Michael Thomas should have got clipped for, but nobody is going to use a prop ever again because it's just lame and annoying. It's not even cool.
Listen, they should. I want more players to use props.
No.
And also, it completely invigorated the team. They weren't even upset about the 15-yard penalty. I think more players should use props because this show is called Props, and I'm a stand-up comic, and I love props.
Oh, God, I'm going to throw up.
I know, guess what? Hey, Julio Jones, here's an idea. Why don't you bring a doggy bag to the game, and when you get your second touchdown this weekend, do a big old number 2 into that bag with the football and throw it into the stands. Oh, or Josh Gordon, why don't you pull out a cell phone and call your sponsor? Or maybe, I don't know, Todd Gurley, why don't you pull out of everything that talks to you so that you continue to play so well for the Rams? Or Drew Brees could pull out, I don't know, an abacus and do his taxes.
An abacus?
He is so white. Those are just ideas.
Let it be known that Sarah Tiana wants to use props now comedically, and you know where I stand on the whole thing. Carrot Top's got that locked up. I'll just be the funny redhead. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I'm with Sarah that I love props, but I'm going to give this one to Santino. Going into the financial aspect of this, I think you're absolutely right.
It's costly.
Yep.
It's silly,
They
and
want
it's a
their
waste
money.
of money.
Oh,
These kids should be saving their cash. The wild card prop. The NFL announced Monday a new partnership with Epic Games, the maker of Sarah's favorite game, Fortnite. Part of the deal gives players the opportunity to buy an NFL jersey in the game that your character can wear for the low, low price of around 15 real-life human dollars. The prop, will or won't the NFL selling jerseys inside a video game for $15 be a bust?
It will be a bust. Listen, I don't know anything about video games because I was popular for 1 year in middle school. Also, I don't know what a Fortnite is. I'm assuming it's however long it's been since the Giants won a game. I mean, if the makers of this game wanted to sell jerseys, they should... I don't think they should be selling jerseys. I don't feel like the people who play this game care about the NFL. Like, if they did, they would just play Madden and get the jerseys for free. I feel like they should, if they want to sell outfits, it should be like, I don't know, Star Wars or I don't, whatever nerd people buy.
Don't be a noob, Sarah. Fortnite is more popular in the dork gaming community than animated porn, and you know dorks love hentai.
And you had to read that because
you know they love hentai. I do know. I know all the terminology. Look at NFL players are doing the dances and the end zone celebrations. Fortnite's such a big thing across the NFL that players are imitating it when they're dancing after catches. $180 for the camo jerseys that they pay in real life is a fraction of the $15 bullshit they're gonna pay for this online jersey. I think it's worth it. This game's making $300 million a month. At that rate, they can buy their own NFL team in 2019, and they can force the players to do Fortnite dances while they slurp their burp juice while bushing. I don't know any of the terminology.
What is happening?
That's what it said, slurp burp juice.
But
you can port a fort.
We don't know that it's going to cost $15. They haven't announced how
Whatever
much
it's going to cost, people will pay. It's making $300 million a month.
People are not going to pay
$3.6 billion a year this game is worth.
For a jersey?
It's $15.
I would pay $15 for a regular jersey.
Listen, it's either $15 on a case of Mountain Dew or $15 for a jersey, okay? And you know these dorks might do both. They might shell out the extra $15 to do both.
Where are they going to get that?
Mom, Dad!
Allowance is
Who
not...
bought them the Xbox 360? Mommy and Daddy.
Yeah, well, that's what they got for their allowance. Sorry.
I think you guys would both just be happier if you sat down and played Fortnite. It's going to take a lot of stress out of your life. It's a really fun game.
Oh, Gothard.
Gothard, you play Fortnite?
Yeah, I play Fortnite.
Would you buy a jersey on there?
Absolutely, I'd buy a jersey,
case in
which
point.
is why I'm going to Santino here.
Yeah, baby! I can't wait to see your Instagram story. Remember, kids, go to the Yahoo Sports app and play all these props with us in the Yahoo Fantasy Slate. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at 2Debate2Furious, and subscribe to Yahoo Sports on YouTube to get our new episodes every Wednesday.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. We bet you'll be back.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you'll be back. I don't want to be back.
I can't wait to see it next week.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for watching Props on the Yahoo YouTube page.
Yeah, please subscribe because we need more viewers, and that's how we stay alive and eat and feed our families.
New shows come out every Wednesday. And don't forget to hit the like button right below our beautiful faces right here. That'll help us out too.
Yeah.
Props to you if you do it right.